Hello everyone. My name is Shubham Singh Pundir and currently I'm a BSc first year student. Today I'm here as I mentioned in the last video that I have told you about the geography strategy. Now in this video I'll be covering the strategy for history and civics examination, the first paper for the history, civics, geography division. Now for the subjects of social sciences, there are two subjects for you, history, civics, and geography. There's a very proper and crystal clear trick which everyone can follow. Even those who cannot, means those who haven't scored a very great sort of marks, can try this trick and can score tremendously great marks in the board examinations. This trick is also for the toppers. Toppers can also use this trick. They can even study more beyond if they have time. They can study and they can achieve success. So today we are here for the history and civics ICSE class 10th. It's a strategy video for history and civics ICSE class 10th. Now, we have two portions here, one for history and the other one is for civics. Let's divide them. History is divided in such a way, it's divided in three parts. First part we can say is the Indian history, and Indian history also has this its sub part. उसका अपना दूसरा पार्ट भी है जो एक अलग यूनिट बनाता है आपके लिए, जिसे हम बोलते हैं Gandhian era. You have Gandhian era on it, and then you have your contemporary world. That is the world politics which have taken place in the modern time. Then you have civics. You have also three divisions in civics, which are first of all the three pillars of democracy. First is legislative, then we have executive, and at the last we have judiciary. Okay, so these are the 6 units among which the whole syllabus of history and civics has been formulated. Now, Indian history has total 5 chapters, the Gandhian era has 4 chapters, and contemporary world has 6 chapters. Legislative has 1 chapter, executive has 2 chapters, and judiciary have 2 chapters. It's based upon the total history civics book by Morningstar. Now, Indian history has a chapter known as First War of Independence, and it has a chapter called Growth of Nationalism. Then it's have first phase of Indian nationalism, and it has second phase of Indian nationalism. Means up to here you have studied about the two types of nationalism ideas which India has. First were the assertives, which only focuses on pleading and for talking, which focuses on petitions. And then we have second phase of nationalism, which deals about using the means of aggression, because they have seen their precursors. उन्होंने अपने पहले के लोगों को देखा है कि हाँ इन्होंने इतनी बातें की लेकिन इनकी बातों की कोई पैरवी नहीं हुई, इनकी बातों को किसी ने माना नहीं. अब हमें एग्रेशन से ही हम अपने देश को आज़ाद करा सकते हैं, अपना हक ले सकते हैं. तो ये है. Then we have Muslim League. Great. Now in Gandhian era we have 4 chapters. First chapter is related to non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. Then we have a chapter known as Quit India Movement. Then we have a chapter, we have the partition of India, partition and independence of India, you can say. And then in the last chapter we have INA and forward block. Maybe the chapters can be up, down, their orders can be up and down. But these are the chapters, and in the contemporary world we have 6 chapters. First is First World War, then we have Rise of Dictatorships, then we have Second World War. After it, we have United Nations, then we have agencies of United Nations, and then we have non-aligned movement. Now, these are the 15 chapters for the history. And in civics, we have first chapter, it is known as Parliament, because Parliament is the legislative body of the Indian democracy or the Indian government. Then we have executive, we have 2 chapters in executive. First is the president, and then we have the prime minister. President also includes the vice president, and prime minister also includes the council of ministers. In judiciary, we have 2 more chapters. First chapter is the Supreme Court, and the second chapter is the High Court. High courts and all other subordinate, means the courts which are smaller than it, subordinate courts. These are the whole 20 chapters which you have in your history and civics. Now we will just see something. From last 10 years, yes, means I have also given my Icse board examinations in year 2023, and I've seen the previous year papers. This one chapter from the starting is known as the First War of Independence. It has a total, it has one question at a whole in the section B of history examination. The paper I'll write here how the paper is. It's divided into 2 sections. पहले सेक्शन में आपके 16 MCQs होते हैं. Also you have 14 questions, 14 marks questions in this. You have 14 marks of questions. 2 marks each, means 7 questions are here, which are compulsory to attend. And in B, you have, first of all, you have a part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is of civics. It has 3 questions. You have to do 2 questions. Then you have history. It has 5 questions and you have to do 3 questions. Each question carry 10 marks. It also amounts to 50. Right? Now, for the section B of this, means for history, we have one question definitely comes from First War of Independence. मतलब पिछले 10 साल के इतिहास में अगर हम देखते हुए आए हैं, आपने भी अभी तक 10 years को अच्छे से देखा होगा, तो उसमें हम देखते हैं जो एक क्वेश्चन हिस्ट्री में सेक्शन बी से इससे आता ही आता है. एक साल मेरे को भी याद नहीं है, मेरे को मतलब आई थिंक 2013 के आसपास एक बार ऐसा हुआ था जब इससे क्वेश्चन नहीं आया था, लेकिन ऐसा मतलब जनरल केस में नहीं होता है, तो इससे क्वेश्चन आता ही आता है. देन यू कम टू कंटेम्पररी वर्ड. यहाँ पे ये जो पहले के 3 चैप्टर्स है, मींस चैप्टर्स रिलेटेड टू वर्ल्ड वॉर, द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर, द सेकंड वर्ल्ड वॉर एंड द राइज ऑफ डिक्टेटरशिप्स, इनसे एक क्वेश्चन आता है. एंड देन यू हैव 3 चैप्टर्स व्हिच आर अबाउट यूएन, इट्स एजेंसीज और नैम. इस पे भी आपका एक क्वेश्चन आता है, तो यहाँ से भी आप एक क्वेश्चन ले लीजिए. एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे था. अब बचे बीच के 8 चैप्टर्स. देखिए, अब 8 चैप्टर्स में बिल्कुल भी रेशियो डिवाइडेड नहीं है, कहीं से भी कुछ भी आ सकता है, क्योंकि हर साल ये पैटर्न बदल रहा है बार बार. कि वैसे तो पैटर्न वाइज एक क्वेश्चन इधर से आता है और एक क्वेश्चन इनमें से भी आता है, पर हो सकता है कि दोनों यहाँ से आ जाए और दोनों यहाँ से भी आ जाए. तो मैं आपसे बोल रहा हूँ, आपको कंटेम्प्रेरी वर्ड को एकदम टिप ऑन टिप पढ़ना है. कंटेम्प्रेरी वर्ड यू हैव टू स्टडी like a pro. You have to be a pro in it. These all 6 chapters. Then 20 marks you can guarantee from here. और अगर जैसा चल रहा है वैसा ही चला तो आपने इस चैप्टर को भी अच्छे से पढ़ा, देन यू कैन इवन स्कोर 10 here, and means you can score a 30 on 30 in your history section B if you don't study these chapters. But you have to study these chapters. I don't say that study deeply because it's really time consuming. You have to focus more on science subjects and even on English, which is a compulsory subject. So you can just have one or two times revision, one or two times reading of these chapters so that you can get a basic idea what these chapters are meant for. Now we come to civics. Here is also the same concept. The three questions are in civics and we have 3 units. Parliament constitutes of one question. प्रेसिडेंट और प्राइम मिनिस्टर से एक क्वेश्चन आता है और सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट से एक क्वेश्चन आता है। अब आप बताइए, आप यहाँ पे आपको मतलब 2 यूनिट्स को एकदम मैक्सिमम तरीके से पढ़ के जाना है। एक यूनिट आप यहाँ पे स्किप नहीं करना है, पढ़ना है, लेकिन आप थोड़ा एफर्ट्स में कम डाल सकते हो। मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि 2 में आपको बहुत एफर्ट्स डालने हैं, अपने पूरी मेहनत करनी है, लेकिन एक आप ऐसे थोड़ा कम भी कर सकते हो क्योंकि because syllabus is vast. It's not vast, but as you all are for the first time, you're giving a board examination, so it can be vast for you. So this is the pattern for section B. Now section B, you can see you can score a 50 on 50 with this. Now the rest, 30 marks. How to get these 30 marks now? You have 16 MCQs. 16 MCQs you can see 16 MCQs divided in 10 plus 6. You have studied these. If you haven't studied one unit properly, so for example you score a 4 out of this, and out of 10 you can score if you don't pay much attention to these chapters, you can score I think 7 for 11, and out of 14 if you write 10 questions. So easily without any loss you can, with this pattern, with means if you want to just score great marks, if you don't want any burden, you are not catering for a very high marks, very high type of marks, you're only catering for a very decent marks, then you can follow this pattern. You can peacefully get 90 plus. But if you're a topper, you need to study everything. In a nutshell means these जो ये बीच के चैप्टर है इनको आप मतलब हल्का हल्का भी पढ़ लो, evenly and easily you can score a 95 plus. And if you study everything in great detail, you can score 100. So this was a strategy which is only meant for those who haven't studied anything, who just want a decent marks in board examinations. That's it for today. We'll be studying, I'll be teaching you each and every chapter. I'll be covering these chapters too. And we'll be making you board ready and